Peace, good world. Coach Kerry, Cosmic King, the loose athlete culture, athlete basketball. So there's this up and at 'em, still at it. Yeah. There's this clip out there, this interview of Jeremy Lamb, um, former NBA baller. The clip is here. I'll show you the clip in a second. And he's talking about Kevin Martin, and basically talking about how Kevin Martin was like kind of shaving his success in a sense, like he was sabotaging his own quality, right? He was sabotaging his own value. Um, and I'm like, man, it's unbelievable. Like you work hard to make it to the NBA, and it's no simple process. It you know, for some players, it costs their family a fortune, right? Like it truly is that much of an investment, you know, for a lot of players. So you work hard to get there, and you diminish your value. And I'm talking, this guy was 6 man of the year, like potential, and things like that. At at his diminished and shaved value, he was 6 man of the year potential, 14, 19, 20 a game easy, without much effort, on a team with, I think, Kevin Durant and Westbrook. Not sure if Harden was there anymore. I don't think Harden was there anymore, but on an OKC team. And before that was with the Sacramento Kings. And it's like, what? Jeremy Lamb was basically saying that this man would just kind of stop scoring, and stop being a baller. He was just stop and be like, nah, I'm getting too, I'm like, what is going on? Like, how? Like, why would you ever want to do that? Like, why would you look at $100 million and say, I don't want that? You know what I mean? So
I got traded with, what's the name? Kevin Martin.
Damn, that's a name.
And that's the name too.
That's a name.
Kevin Martin was like, he was a beast.
I'm on this, right? Because I'm on this topic because I want to come out and start telling their stories. Like, why would you stare down $100 million a bonus, or $100 million of it's not like the NBA is ever would ever deny you your superstardom, if you get there. Like, it's not like the NBA has like a influx or of superstars, and is like you couldn't find a team that would pay you, that would max you out, and sort of franchises you at least for a year. It's not like you couldn't have done that, and he could have done that. I mean, his own teammate Jeremy Lamb, who is not a scrub, right? Is saying basically, like,
he used to be like, I'm not scoring anymore. Like, I don't want to score anymore. I used to sit there like, what?
Yeah, because when you become the main guy, you got a lot of obligations.
And he's probably feeling like this is the weirdest thing in the world. Like, why would you not want to be at your best? Like, why wouldn't you want to perform at your best at all times? And I'm making this video to, I'm trying to pull fellas from under the rock. If you've been there, if you hiding under a rock, like, we need to hear these type of things, like, because it's unique, because people fight so hard to get to where you're at, and you're there, and you not only deserve to be there, you are undeniably a force to be dealt with there, and you're saying, I don't want it. Like, what? Like, who does that, bro? Like, why would you? okay, maybe I'm over exaggerating, you know. Maybe he's a 20-25 a night guy, which I think we all know. Like from this story coming out, right, that he was shaving his own success, like he was diminishing his own value. He was sabotaging his own success, right? Like and we saw what he was capable of. Like we saw that. You know, like you can go roll the tape back. You'll see it, you know. I mean, I don't know, man. I need to hear it, man. Somebody go get Kevin Martin, bro. He might turn you down. You might offer him, you know, a cool $1 million for the interview. He might turn it down, but drag him out. You know, get him. Go get Kevin Martin, man. Somebody put $1 million on Kevin Martin's head real quick. We need to hear it, man, because I mean, if that's what it takes to get him out the house, I mean, bro done turned down 50 to 100 mil a year in the NBA. Like, if you work for sorry ass employers, like, yeah, you could be like, I don't want to work hard for you, mom. It's like, you could do that, right? People do that all the time. Like, I don't want to be important here. People do that all the time, but I mean, this the NBA. I mean, if like it's not even only your dream, right? If you have this kind of potential, it's also your parents' dream, your family and your inner circle's dream. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's like you could donate the rest of your success. You know, like you like, hey, I'm good here, but I got about 10 people I could make millionaires. And you could donate the rest of your success. You know, you don't have to sabotage it and say, oh, I don't need this money, I don't need this fame. You need it, bro. Like, especially if you know what I mean? Especially if you you know, melanated from where we come from, you know what I'm saying? So I can't imagine coming from the struggle, getting to a place where I could change not only my life, but I'm not even gonna say 100 people's lives, right? I'm not gonna even say no crazy stuff like that. But I could change my whole family's. I'm not even gonna say my whole family. Forget it, you know. But I could let's say my children, yeah, because that's more acceptable for a lot of y'all out there, you know, that don't care to work hard for your family and your community and whatnot. That's understandable. I could set myself up, right, for 20 lives. You know how people get multiple life sentences. Like, I could set myself up for multiple lives, like life sentences, right? You know what I mean? Like, I could be good for another 10 reincarnations. Why wouldn't I do that? I'm just saying. Forgive me, y'all. I'm not saying I'm money hungry. I'm not. You know, there's a thin line. You know what I mean? Maybe not so thin, but there's a line. You know that. Yeah, there's a line, and I'm not saying I would cross that line. But if I'm Kevin Martin and I'm in a space where I could score I could score 10 more points a game and get 3 to 4 times what I'm getting paid, and I could easily do that. Why wouldn't I do that, man? And I used to watch this man, bro, and I'm, you know, I'm not even gonna talk about where I was at and what I was doing and what I wish I had going on in my life. I'm not gonna talk about none of that. Half of y'all, well, not half, but you know, some of y'all probably already know. I'm not gonna talk about where I was at, what I was doing, and what I wish I had going on. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm watching this man and I'm like, yo, like, if he gets them a steady 2025, and this is 6 Man of the Year talk, okay? Like, you gotta understand this. Like, if you know, younger than me and you just don't know who Kevin Martin is or was, or and what team and all, like, if you don't know the in and outs of it or the details, I'm sure somebody will roll back the tape, or you could go roll back the tape. It's all there on YouTube, I'm sure. But you know, I want to hear the story, Kevin Martin. Excuse me, Mr. Kevin Martin. Hey, sir, how you doing? I'm a youth coach now. From youth coaching, I know that there are some kids whose parents kind of force them to play, right? There are some kids who wants the ball all the time. They're hungry. They, that's the only thing that's on their mind is playing at the highest level all the time and making it to the pros and getting that bag, right? And then there are some kids who, whose parents kind of make them play and force them to play. Don't really love the sport, don't really care for it, things of that nature. I know that exists, at the youth level. I've experienced that at the youth level. I guess I've experienced it at the pro level too, to where I'll meet guys and it's like, I'm about 6'6", 6'7", right? I'm a solid 6'7". Stretch forward, dang near shooting guard when I'm at my best, right? Shooting guard, point guard when I'm at my best, but definitely a nice stretch forward, rim runner, and that's at my, I keep me a rim runner shape. Like I stay in at least rim runner shape, right? And I've been out of pro contention since ABA 2013 when I hurt my knee. So a little background on me, right? So I done met a lot of pros, man, and I guess I have experienced something like that in the pros, to where I'm like, bro, like, why ain't you like, and some guys just lose that fire, right? Like I could understand, right? Like we're free agent pros, we're at a freaking camp in freaking Mexico, and yeah, like you could lose that fire. I could understand that, but you're already in the league. You're in 6-man position, 24 years old. That means you're doing very well in your basketball career. And you have a shot at making 4 times more than what you're getting paid, and you're getting paid, but you have a shot at making you're you see the stats. You'll see the stats coming up. You'll see the stats. You should see them right now. Matter of fact, I'll make sure to put them on this video as I speak. And this is him shaving, like just diminishing himself and devaluing himself and saying, I don't want to score any more buckets. Like I don't want whatever comes with being a bucket getter, I don't want that. So like you see those stats, 4th and 6th man of the year voting and things like that, like on a stacked team, on an OKC team that was trouble in the West, you know what I mean? And who knows, maybe the next 2 years, if he was, or if he was not destroying his own success, if he was playing at his best and didn't have this odd mentality, I would say, let's say 2 years, he might have been, he might have went to, who knows, Milwaukee and beat a man over there, or some mid-market team, or whatever you want to call it, a lower tier team, or somewhere that don't, New York, could have went to New York, bro, and caught a max or near max contract and whatnot. So yeah, like if you know who this man is, you know what we're talking about. And what I really want to know, though, right, besides hearing it from him, I want to hear from other players, that done got to that level or close to that level, and just didn't want it. Like I want to hear. I want those interviews to come out, man. I want to hear it, because how do you get there? Work your whole life for it. Like I said, I know in youth ball, some guys are just tall. Their parents force them in the game. They don't work out. They don't, they don't train. They don't, they probably don't even have a favorite basketball player. You know what I mean? Like their parents really put them there and it's like, this is good for you. You're freaking. I mean, I had a kid that was like 6'6", man, and he was like 13. Bro, when I was I'm 6'7" now, right? And when I was 13, I was like 5'8", you know. When I was 14, I was 5'10", and that's, you know, like I had my growth spurt during late middle school, early high school. I had a growth spurt to where I think in 10th grade, 11th grade, I was about 6'2", 6'3", ended up being 6'4" my senior year, right? 6'4", 6'5" my senior year, right? So I understand, like, some guys are forced to play the game and whatnot. And I wonder if Kevin Martin was one of those kids that, well, kind of got thrown into basketball and was like, okay, I'll play. Like, I'll look up some more things, because I didn't really do any research on him before I made this video. So I'll definitely, try to find some more background on him, just to have an understanding of how, like I said, in the youth circuit, I've met this before, even in the pros. But like I said, I'm talking like the bottom 80, 85, 90% of the pros, you know what I mean? Free agent guys and things like that, where, yeah, I could understand your fire getting burnt out from bad pro experiences and whatnot, you know what I mean? But you get to that NBA six man of the year talk type of level, and you're over here saying, I don't want it. Like, I want to know the backstory, I want to hear it, bro. I'm tired of imagining. I saw this story like a week and a half ago, and me and shout out to Rel, Tour de Hoops, at Tour de Hoops, TOURDEHOOPS. Shout out to Rel, right? We was talking, and I was telling him about it, and we just couldn't imagine, because we both have experienced the bottom 80% of stateside basketball, and wanting to play internationally and at a higher level, or things of that nature. So we don't understand it. And actually, on the post that I'm referring to, I think I saw Jermaine O'Neal make a comment, and the comment section is going crazy, man. It's like, what is going on? Who gets there and runs from it? Like, you get in the boxing ring and you could knock somebody out, but you're saying, I'll go 12 rounds and I'll lose just because I want to. Like, who does that, man? Maybe that's a bad analogy. It's not the same kind of level or whatever, but who gets there and turn down 50 to 100 more million, bro? I mean, gosh, that's why, you know what? When I meet next team I coach, when I meet a guy that don't want to play ball, I'm not going to play him. I'm not going to force him on the court. I'm not going to pep talk, tell him how much we need him and how much, you know what I mean? Like, this means to the team and to play. Like, I'm not going to do none of that motivation stuff anymore. Like, I had that going on. I'm telling y'all, man, I've met this with youth basketball, and I'm like, they're just kids that don't think they'll ever make it anywhere. You know what I mean? But even before I had a dream to play in the NBA, I was competitive at things. Like, I don't know. I was, like, you just like, I thought that's what kids do. Just people, period. Like, it's a competitive world. You get competitive. You do things competitively, right? So, yeah, my next, whoever I coach next, man, don't expect me to motivate y'all to play ball. If you want to be Kevin Martin, I will clear the 12th, 13th, 14th spot on the bench for you, and allow you to be Kevin Martin, and let some hungry animal go out there on the court and eat as much as possible and just eat.